everyone. Welcome back to the channel and another week. I'm coming to you this week from close to my home, about 45 minutes north of Boston, in a place called Parker River National Wildlife Refuge. And it's a federally run wildlife preserve in a coastal area in the North Shore of Boston, near Newburyport, Massachusetts. And it's just a great area. I love coming here. I've been here probably about half a dozen times at this point over the last year. It's great for bird photography, and that's what I'm here to do today. Wildlife photography is not really my forte. It's a new thing for me and something I picked up over the past year. I've always been interested in wildlife as kind of a naturalist and somebody who enjoys getting out in nature, but I haven't photographed wildlife subjects that much. And bird photography in particular is something I've picked up over the past year, in no small part to discovering and coming up to Parker River Wildlife Refuge a number of times. I think the reason why I like bird photography is because I'm just not that good at it. And it's been fun to be a total novice in photography again. I think it's important to pick up new things, and particularly in photography, to stretch ourselves and to get better. One of the things that happens to me is every so often I get a little complacent, or I lose my sense of muse, my kind of like artistic drive. And to rejuvenate myself, I find that switching up a subject or picking up a new type of photography, for example, bird photography, is a really great way to catalyze kind of a new phase of my photography and to fire me up again and get me excited about going out and taking pictures. So this is the Hellcat Trail, which is one of the best trails, in my opinion, in this whole preserve. It's not that big a wildlife refuge, actually. It's I'm not sure actually how large it is, but there are only a few trails. But this is a really good one. It takes you through the forest, and there's a boardwalk, which is kind of cool. There's another one that goes through kind of a pine forest that I like a lot as well. But between these two, it's a really nice spot to just walk around. Given that I'm doing some bird photography, or at least trying to find birds, I'm gonna sign off and just see what I can find here. So I had a thought, and my mind's kind of wandering a little bit, and I realized today might not result in a perfect image because of, the photography conditions today with the sky and just not that many birds being around. And so I was starting to think, hey, this isn't a photography day. And then I was thinking, well, what is photography to me? Is it the act of taking a photo, maybe a traditional definition? Or is it the act of going out and trying to take a photo? And I think that for me, photography is actually the journey. It's being out in nature, it's walking around, and it's being out in nature with a purpose of photography, of taking a photo. But what that does for me is it helps me see the world in search of subjects. It helps me be present in my environment in a way where I wouldn't be present if I was just doing a hike or a walk. Because I'm looking and I'm searching, hey, that's an interesting perspective, or that's a photo, or there's a bird, or I'm listening, like, do I hear any birds? And I'm very attentive and searching for them. That act of of looking and in my environment, being so present and being so attuned to what's going on because I'm looking for an opportunity for a photo, changes the way that I engage in the world in a really nice way. I feel more present and more engaged in my environment when I'm doing a photography walk than if I'm just doing a normal casual walk without my camera. And to me, that's what photography is. That's why it's so good for my mental health. It's physically active, yes, there are benefits there, but it's also just increased presence and connection with my environment. And I know that sounds like a little new agey and very kind of philosophical, but I do think that's true to me. I do think that's actually how I see photography and why I value it so much. And so maybe today isn't really going to be about a photo that I took. Maybe today is going to be about that recognition and that journey for me. And that's all part of the photography process. And it's all part of life. And I don't know, maybe it's kind of like football is life from Ted Lasso, and in a sense, maybe photography is life as well. It's intertwined so much in the way that we engage with the world and we see the world. And whether it's capturing the emotion of something that's deeply sad through a photograph, or whether it's through the actual photography process, there's this very nice interconnection between life and photography. Well, and not to put too fine a point on it, but not only is there this nice connection between life and photography, but photography can change the way we live our lives by affecting the way that we see the world. And on that bombshell, I think I'll wrap it up. And we'll just say that photography is life. Get outside and let it change your life and change the way that you see the world. Even if you don't end up with a good photo, you'll still be better off for it. Take care and be well, and see you next week. Bye-bye.